All right, 9.2, we're going to be learning how to draw a line of best fit, strategies for that, and how to write the equation for our line of best fit that we make. So let's take a look at this basic graph first, and remember, how do we write an equation of a line? So let me pull up in a text box here, and if you'll remember, it's y equals mx plus b. So I'm going to type that in. That's how we say it in Mr. Judy's class, at least. And the m is your slope, and b is the y-intercept. You just need those two things to write an equation. So let's go ahead and find our b value. That's the easy one on a graph. Where does it cross the y-axis? Right here at 2. Crosses through at 2. So we're going to have y equals mx plus 2. Now let's get our slope. It looks like it already has a triangle here for us, and you notice crosses at a grid crossing right there. Right up here, it's crossing perfectly at 1 and at 5. You wouldn't want to pick this spot right here. You got to find a spot that crosses perfectly. There's some other ones down here. You notice one's right here. There's also one right here. So you will have to find 2 spots to make your triangle to find the rise and run. So our slope is going to be 1 and 1, 2, 3. So 3 over 1, the rise over the run. 1 and 3. So that'd be. And there's our equation, but we don't have to have a 1 on the bottom, so I'm going to rewrite it as y equals 3x plus 2. That's y equals mx plus b. Yeah. Okay, that's how we do it with a simple equation. Let's take a look at this next graph. All right, when there's a scale that it changes and goes by, we need to know how to write an equation for a line. So let me pull up a text box here. Get our y equals mx plus b down. Okay, let's get the y-intercept. Hopefully you'll notice right there at 5 is our y-intercept. So y equals mx plus 5. We filled in our y-intercept because this is the y-axis, and that is where it crosses it. All right, now I need to locate some points on here. So I'm going to locate some points. I'm going to use orange. Why not? Yes, I think. Right here is a good point. It's right at 5. If I'm following this line, looks like there's another one right here, another one right here, and another one right here. So I'm going to make a triangle out of that. Change my size of my line. Okay, now I can find my rise and my run for that slope. Looks like it goes over from 0 to 6. 0 to 6 right in here. So that's a total of 6. Type that in. Bam. And it goes up by 10. From 5, it goes up from 5 up to 15. Notice I'm getting those marks from right here. So you could also do 15 minus 5, do subtraction there. So let's do our other one there, text box. Looks like that's 10. Oh, I didn't make that text box big enough. I'll make another one. 10. Okay, now I can write my equation for my line. Y equals 10 over 6 x plus 5. If I wanted to, I could reduce this 10 over 6. So it'd be y equals 5 over 3 x plus 5. Okay, so that's from a basic graph, and I should have talked about the slope. It is going up to the right, so that is going to be positive. All right, let's take a look at some scatter plots and now see if we can do a line of best fit and write its equation. It's not as precise as these ones because these are exact lines. the line of best fit is going to not be perfect, and you're going to have to do the best you can to estimate what your equation is. All right, so on this first one, you can see I drew a line of best fit on there already. I added that to it. And the goal when you're drawing a line of best fit is for the same amount of points to be above and below the line when you draw it, to kind of keep it even. You notice if I count these ones that are not touching the line down below, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 that weren't touching the line. There's 5, and then up top, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 above and 5 below and a couple on the line. I feel like that's a good estimation. And if you want to see how I'm doing that, I could do that. And I mean, you just kind of pick one that's going to go through the data nicely. And I feel like that's a good estimate right there. It doesn't have to be perfect, but one that would definitely not be a line of best fit. Now here, let me draw a real good one. If I just kind of went like this for my line of best fit. Oh yeah, right through the data, huh guys? Okay, enough of that. Okay, we're going to take a look at number 2. Actually, I should leave my line on there. Let me leave this line on there. Okay, if we're going to take a look at number 2, we're going to write the equation for the line that's already drawn on there. Okay, so I need to identify some points that I can use. So let's go ahead and identify the spots that we're going to use to do this. It looks like it crosses right here at 3. I really like that spot. If I'm looking, yeah, I'm going to use that as one of my points. I need to make this a little bit more bold. That looks like a great spot, and I'm going to follow my line and try to find another spot where it hits right at a crossing. I'm liking this spot right here. Look at that. Now we'll use those two to estimate the slope for this. So let me draw that on there. Okay, we need to find our rise and our run. So we're going from 0 up to 1,000. Wow, that worked out really nice. 0 to 1,000. So our rise is 1,000. Let's figure out what our run is. It's from 3 up to 24. If you don't know what it is, you could just do the biggest number and subtract the smaller number. You could do 24 minus 3. And we'll type in that value there. So 21 for our run. And now let's find our y-intercept. Now that we have our slope here, we would go down here. And it looks like it goes down in the negatives. So I'm just going to have to make my best guess at what I think that is. And it looks like, let me get a fine line here. Looks like this is a depth of 1 block here, if I'm guessing. So we could say it's halfway down. So let's say it's negative 100. That technically it would be crossing the y-axis there if I extend it down. You see that? That looks like negative 100 for B. So let me get a text box here. I'd say B equals negative 100. Okay, now I have my B and I have my slope here. Let's go ahead and write our equation. That'd be y equals 1,000 over 21x minus 100. But I'm going to reduce this because this is a price of the monitor of its inches per price, so for dollars. So I'm going to actually divide 1,000 by 21 because it makes more sense to have this on there like that. So y equals 47.6 x plus, or sorry, minus 100. If you can hear that, don't mind that. That's just my daughter waking up from her nap. Okay, I want you to pause the video and see if you can write the equation of this line right here and then I will reveal the answer. Go ahead and do that now. Okay, so the points that hopefully you picked for this were right here at, I'll get the right thing here, 8. Right here at 5. Hopefully you pick this other point here at 3, 25. And I need to make my triangle there. Okay, and you find your rise and run, and here is the answer for this one. That'd be y equals 20 divided by 3x plus 5. Have a great day.